Okay, so the plan for today is pretty simple. I kind of want to go on an easy hike, and that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the city, which I haven't left the city in quite a while. And initially, the idea was to go and photograph a specific type of bird called ptarmigan. This bird is really, really difficult to spot. It's kind of like a ghost. It's kind of like a ghost bird. It's really well camouflaged because during the winter it's completely white. When it snows, it's kind of a pain in the ass because you can't see it. But that's the plan. I've gone out twice in January to try to photograph it. I've seen tracks. I've also seen tracks from some Arctic foxes, which have been pretty cool. But I haven't really got any good luck with regards to photographing this bird. And I really want to do so. I kind of want to make it my year's mission to walk away with a really nice picture of a ptarmigan. So I'm going to try to do that today. I mean, I could walk away with nothing, so that's why I'm also going to take it with a pinch of salt. But I'm going to go on a nice hike. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to kind of go to an area which I've heard, from a friend, we get some good success rates when it comes to seeing seeing these birds. So the key is to find quite a good area, quite a good spot, maybe do a little bit of a camp, see if I can find a bird. If I don't really get too much luck, then I'm just kind of gonna go on an easy hike. It's gonna be a combination of both, the hiking and the birds, spotting the birds, see if I can take some pictures of ptarmigan. But now I need to pack my stuff and I need to pick up a pair of shoes because I need to get a new pair of shoes before I go on this hike. Yeah, in a bit. I haven't exactly arrived at my destination, but I arrived in a pretty good spot. It's amazing. And I managed to get the shoes, which I'm going to change up now. And I'm going to show you this area. It's kind of a waterfall. I'm alone. I've been alone on this road for quite a while. But before I arrive at the destination where it is that I'm trying to find the ptarmigan and then go for a hike, I thought I'd show this area because it's absolutely amazing. This whole place is truly amazing. I mean, this whole fjord that I was driving in now, and for those that are watching that are Icelandic, I'm sorry, my geography of this area isn't exactly the best, but it's a stunning fjord. The powder here is actually much nicer than it is in the city. It's much finer, which is easier to walk on. However, I do need to change my shoes because I feel like I'm starting to get wet socks. But apart from that, it's a hell of a location. I actually can't wait to start hiking the trail and see if I can spot some ptarmigan. There's quite a bit of a foresty area here and there's actually access to it, but I'm still going to try my luck in the first spot that I wanted to go to, and then if I find nothing there, or maybe on the way back, I might check this out. I might check this out again. But yeah, I'm tempted to get the drone. Decided to go for these. It's kind of cool. I could put my crampons on it, which is a good sign, and they're pretty well built. I also like the fact that they have a Vibram sole. Just really quickly, for those of you that are interested in buying a pair of, serious hiking shoes, main three things: you're going to want it to be at least water resistant, minimum, and anything that has Vibram, which is this yellow tag right here that you can see under the shoe itself, means that it's going to last much longer here at the bottom. Most of the guides here in Iceland use shoes that have Vibram. It's just kind of a better technology. Most people swear by it, that it's pretty good. And I've used one or two before with Vibram, and they've been pretty decent. Plus, I know the fact that this brand is good, so I decided to go for Mammut. But yeah, it's a good pair of shoes. Not the cheapest, but worth it. That's for sure. Sorry? I will do. I'm actually going further this way. Yeah, there's a hiking trail. See if I can get some rjupa. To photograph the rjupa. So we'll see. I like the drive here. This whole drive has been really, really nice.
We live on the other side. It was just the weather was so nice and so
Yeah,
bright and beautiful. Let's go for a little drive.
It's the day for going for a drive and having a Saturday, for sure.
On the other side, when it's low tide, that's where people go to get mussels.
Oh, really? They got to get mussels here?
This gets dry way out.
Oh, okay.
So,
Do you get many people kayaking here?
yeah. They were more on the other side.
Around
Kollafjörður?
Yeah.
That's very popular.
Yeah.
a
Okay.
lot of people go
Easy
out
to put a kayak out.
Yeah. I see. Okay. Very cool. Well,
Enjoy.
thanks for the info. I will probably be on my way. So I decided to move, change location, because just as I had finished recording in the previous spot, I had a really good conversation with a couple of Icelandic people here. Some pretty cool info about, just the general area, and then about 5 or 6 cars started to park. So I decided to get away. But that's fine, because I found another waterfall, which is right behind me. I just put the shoes on, and I have to say, straight away, Mammut make a really nice, comfortable pair. I'm gonna probably leave the drone for now, because I want to be able to make it to the spot and see if I get lucky, try to find some ptarmigan to photograph. So I'll see you in the next place. Oh, looks like I'm not the only one camping, or hiking for that matter. There we go. So, I had to put my sunglasses away because they were really pissing me off. The cord thing was constantly getting in the way. So I decided to just, forget those and carry on with the hike. I will note is that when there's a lot of snow, it is kind of important to at least have them on you. Not happens often, but I mean, it really depends on how much you go in these kinds of conditions. But if you're going quite regularly, where there's a lot of snow all the time, you'll probably run the risk of snow blindness. So it's always good to, you know, just keep a pair of sunglasses on you. The white from the snow seems to really reflect the light quite harshly, which is kind of a lot of the reasons why some of my footage can sometimes be a bit overexposed. I found what looks like could be, well, quite definitely fox tracks. Seems like he was heading in this direction, and usually with these foxes is that they're quite obviously difficult to spot, not only because they are white during the winter, not all of them, but also because they come out at pretty strange times. It's not like he's probably going to be active now, but I mean, I'm going to follow the track, see what happens. I could get lucky and, you know, spot my first white fox. Who knows? Tracks lead this way, so I'm going to give it a go. If I don't see any luck within like 5-10 minutes, I'm probably just going to turn around and carry on the trail. I also kind of forgot to mention that it's also kind of a good sign that there are fox tracks here. Good sign for prey, good sign for predator. It all just depends on whether or not I get lucky. It's just usually how it comes down to wildlife. But I mean, that's a positive thing, that there are fox tracks. It's also another thing I forgot to mention about rjupa. That's the Icelandic word for ptarmigan. And ptarmigan, like I mentioned before, is a very specific type of bird. And foxes tend to like them. Oh, I lost the tracks. They just kept on going this way and this way. And then at some point they got mixed in with human footprints, which were not mine. So that's about it. Well, I made it to Glymur viewing point. There seems to be a pretty beautiful, like, yeah, it's like a beautiful sort of stretch that goes all the way down to the waterfall. I'm gonna see how far I can make it, but I also see a couple of caves down there. I'm gonna have a look at them. They look like some pretty cool structures. Maybe I might be able to fly the drone through them. So I might put the camera down for a bit and then show you a little bit of different footage. I don't know, I'll see what I get, but it's kind of a beautiful spot and I really want to take some pictures. So yeah, I'll see you in the next shot. The surface is a little slippery here. Yeah, it seems like the snow has totally eliminated any chance of maybe going down there, which I don't even think is a possibility. But I'm going to stick to these stairs nice and slow. Well, that's pretty cool. I can see there's a lot of these icicles here. So I'm going to be a little bit careful because they're right above. Yeah, it's really hard to see on the camera, but I'll take a couple of pictures and then you guys can have a look at, you know, at all of these really cool icicles. I kind of want to take some close-up shots. This right here seems to be a smaller entrance to make your way down to Glymur waterfall. It's incredible, like this cave formation. It's really, really cool. You got a lot of interesting icicles. I managed to go through it no problem, and I think I'm gonna make my way down to the waterfall itself. But I just absolutely love that I had a chance to explore this cave. This is the smaller one, But the big one I showed you on camera just before, it's pretty extraordinary. Well, I think it's time to fly the gimbal. So, oh my god, I just said it's time to fly the gimbal. I meant to say the drone. Here we go. Wow, it's really pretty. Damn. Nice, nice, nice. Hello.
I have a question.
Yeah?
The road is closed
Why is the route closed?
because last year I walked for there around,
Uh-huh.
but I don't see
The path?
uh-huh
Yeah, well then it's closed. Then that's it.
that.
Well, I mean, it's likely it happens in Iceland more often than you think.
No, you don't see.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is also a sign before we start the trail that says your own risk, and
Really?
yeah, it says it there on the side next to the parking.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I can see.
That's pretty.
We don't know.
I mean, it could also be down to the fact that it is winter. I mean, the conditions is not the best, you know. Where are you from? Ah, Venezuela, okay.
But we living here.
Ok, porque he sentido... Pero pasa en muchos sitios, ¿eh? Aquí en Islandia
Sí, sí, sí.
eso es bastante más común que lo que piensa, de verdad.
Una pregunta. ¿Crees que me pueda ir por aquí al estacionamiento?
¿Para el parking?
Ajá.
Yo voy ahora para allá, porque
Pero
yo
no
ya...
digo, sin bajar por acá.
Yo pienso que sí, porque de vuelta yo no quiero ir para allá tampoco.
Ah,
Yo voy a ese lado y cruzo y ya está, ya vuelvo.
Ok, gracias.
De nada. So, I decided to finish up with the drone. I had a lady come over. I mean, you probably heard because I left it in a little bit in the video, but yeah, she was a little bit curious about, I guess, the reasons why it was closed off to the waterfall. And, well, plain and simple, you know, things happen, accidents happen, and it's likely that the rescue team would have closed down this access to the other side. I'm gonna head back to the car and I'm gonna check out that first spot that I stopped in and see if I can spot some ptarmigan and maybe do a little bit of wildlife photography. We probably wouldn't spend too much time, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I might get lucky and spot something before I reach the car, but it's usually unlikely with these things. So I'm back in the car now, and I'm going to briefly stop at the first place that I checked out on the way here, just to see the forest area that I saw. I saw there were, like, you know, stairs that you could go into it and have a look. So I'm just going to check it out. If I find it interesting, I might stay a bit. I kind of want to focus a little bit more on the photography, so I think that's what I'm going to do, and a little bit less on the video because I've been recording most of the day. So. But yeah, let's see what I find and see if I get any good shots. So it's the next day. I had a really good time on the hike, and I hope you enjoyed the video thus far. So this is sort of like a recap, just looking back at the experience that I had and some of the people I met along the way, which were really interesting, and I had a really good time at the end. But in a nutshell, towards the end of it, I didn't really find any ptarmigan to photograph. I ended up going back to that area, that forested area in the beginning that I was interested in, and I didn't really find anything there. Kind of called it quits after about 15-20 minutes. also was really tired and I had about an hour and a half drive back, so it's pretty much what I did. There's geese outside. Yeah, there's geese outside. Of course there is. I didn't find ptarmigan, but I found geese. There we go. Yeah, I met some really nice people. And initially, in the first stop, I met this really lovely Icelandic couple. Had a really good conversation with them. Started telling me about this area, you know, where they had where people go to like find mussels and everything. And I thought that was pretty cool. And he seemed to know the area quite well. And then towards the end of the trip, I met these two ladies from Venezuela. I think it was mother and a daughter. And I look back at the footage and it looks like I'm ignoring them and I feel really bad. I'm not. I was just keeping an eye on the drone, making sure things were all okay. But I had a conversation with them off camera and they were really sweet. And if they see this video, then please know that you guys were very, very nice. And and I gave them directions back to the parking and I saw them leave in the car. So it's all good. Caught up with a few groups and said hi, and that's, I think, what I liked most about yesterday, if that's a conclusion, you know, from yesterday's trip, is that I found it really nice, the amount of people I met and the amount of conversations I had, which was really good. I think it's something that I kind of hope for on the next one. Not all of them, because sometimes it's nice to be alone, but once in a while it's definitely pretty cool to have a nice convo with someone that's, you know, maybe has some knowledge of the area, or maybe is in Iceland for the first time and wants to know your feedback about something. So that's pretty cool. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much if you made it to the end. It's probably been the longest video I've made, but I hope to make a few more like this and to dedicate a few more weekends to this type of, you know, film and photography. I enjoyed it a lot, so hopefully you did too, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Just let go.